Jim. Well, thank you very much for the handoff here. This is Whiskey Bravo 6, November Papa Mike in an overcast Escondido. They're talking about possible rain this evening. We'll see if that actually happens. Anyway, this is the early bird net, and I am net control today. And we meet every day on this frequency, 7185.5. Net is open to anybody with a general class and above. All topics on the table, except we do discourage politics for very obvious reasons. I will take check-ins by state, region, or province. It's a rotating list. Works out quite well that way. And we take the initial list. Everybody gets a chance to talk. And then we'll pick up more stations, hopefully at the end of that list. And then we'll go. Today we should probably be able to do a 73 round. The question is, I alluded to yesterday, is not very complicated. I have an old Astron power supply here, must be 30 years old. And it's just humming along. However, I'm thinking approximately about getting another backup unit. So, for your power supply, your station power supply, is it a switcher or is it a linear supply is the question of the day. Just curious on what you guys are running out there. I know my old tube stuff, they all got their old big high voltage supplies attached to them, but the modern stuff uses the 12, 13 volt power supplies. Anyway, that's the question. So, first up this morning, I think I covered everything. Although this is Rick here in Escondido, Whiskey Bravo 6, November Papa Mike again for ID. And I think first up this morning is Oregon and Utah, listening on the radio.
Kilo Mike 7 Delta Echo Charlie.
K9 Charlie Zulu India.
Kilo Alpha 7 Papa Whiskey November.
Kilo 7 Delta Lima India.
Whiskey 7 Alpha Lima.
Stand by, the frog has showed up. Hang on. Of course, as I start talking here, the frog has to rear its ugly head. All right, so first up, we got Delta Echo Charlie, Charlie Zulu India, Papa Whiskey November, Delta Lima India, and Alpha Lima. Good morning. Let's see, let me switch over to the web SDR for Oregon, Utah, or relays. All right, nothing else heard. Washington State, listening on the radio.
Kilo 7 Kilo Romeo Tango. Alphabet 7 Echo Romeo. In and out with
7 Papa Lima.
Whiskey 7 Foxtrot Tango Charlie.
All right, very good, everyone. Quite weak on the radio, but I heard you all. KRT, Echo Romeo in and out. Good morning, John, 73. Papa Lima and Foxtrot Tango Charlie. Moving to the web SDR for Washington State or relays.
Whiskey 1 Charlie Oscar Lima.
Very good, Charlie Oscar Lima, we have you. Good signal this morning. Moving on, stations east of the 7 call region, listening direct.
Whiskey 6 Bravo Whiskey 0.
All right, Al, we have you, BWS I'm not sure there was another one in there. I'm going to switch to the web SDR for stations east of the 7-call region. All right, Arizona, British Columbia.
Victor Alpha 7, Delta Lima Charlie.
November 3, Kilo Lima Whiskey.
Whiskey 0 Romeo, Sierra Romeo.
Okay, let's see, DLC, KLW, RSR, and did I get Charlie Victor Alpha correct? All right, sounded good in the mobile. Let's see, switch into the web SDR just for the heck of it here for Arizona, British Columbia. All right, state of California only.
Kilo Echo 6 Bravo Yankee uniform.
November 7th, Tango Sierra Quebec. I think I had a little doubling in there. However, I picked up UMC, GBW, BYU, and TSQ. Staying on the radio, anyone else in California?
N6NYX.
HNN.
All right, Greg and Ken, NYX and HNN, very good. Just for the heck of it, I'm going to go to, no, let's just do this. Idaho, state of Idaho only, listening direct.
Whiskey Delta 9, Delta Whiskey Delta.
Kilo 7, Kilo Hotel Kilo.
All right, very good. Delta Whiskey Delta and Kilo Hotel Kilo. Good signals, guys. Now I'm going to go to the web SDR for California and Idaho, or relays.
Relay, Rick.
I was switching back and forth. Did somebody say something?
Yeah, relay, Rick.
Yeah, go, Jim.
Yeah, I wanted to check if you got a couple of them there. Kilo 6 Bravo Whiskey Sierra. Did you hear Brian? Or, no, Bravo. I messed up his call. Anyway, Brian, I think he was in there. And also K6 BAU.
Give me the last one again, Jim.
K6 Bravo Alpha uniform. I thought I heard him in there also.
All right, I did not get Bravo Alpha uniform, but I have you now. Let's do this again. Let's go back to the web SDR for California, Idaho. All right, let's see here. Montana, Nevada, Wyoming, listening on the radio.
Whiskey Alpha 7, Kilo Whiskey. Whiskey 7, Yankee, Juliet, Charlie.
November 6, Yankee, Delta Papa.
Alpha Bravo 7, Whiskey Echo, in and out.
Kilo Echo 7, Romeo Tango Victor, in and out.
Kilo 9, Bravo, Romeo, Delta.
All right, I had a little bit of doubling there. Here's who I have. Kilo Whiskey, Yankee Juliet Charlie, Yankee Delta Papa, Whiskey Echo, in and out, 73, good morning to you. RTV, in and out, 73 to you as well. And K9 BRD, Let me try the web SDR here for Montana, Nevada, Wyoming.
Kilo Golf 7, Golf Mike.
Whiskey 7, Charlie Papa Tango.
All right, John, got you, Golf Mike and CPT Jim. We always have you. Let's see here. Well, that concludes our original list here. The question again is, what power supply are you using to power your transceiver? Are you running linear or a switcher? I'd be curious to see. I've read some of the reviews on some of the cheaper switchers, and they're not very good. They seem to put a lot of hash on the line. Anyway, this is Whiskey Bravo 6, November Papa Mike, Rick here in Escondido, California, overcast Escondido. And this is the Early Bird Net. Anyone, anywhere, or anyone I may have missed? I'm not sure that's for us. Any relays? All right, well, let's get rolling then this morning. WB6NPM here again for ID. Shelby, pole position this morning, KM7DEC. Over to you.
Good morning, Rick, at WB6NPM. This is KM7DEC. Down in the cottage, Rick, I have a linear supply for my 2-meter and my what else? 10-pack. So anyway, that's what I have, and this is all Latin to me anyway. I have power, I turn it on, and it works. That's as naive as I am. I think with that, I better turn it back to you, and you better talk to Jay. So this is Kilo Mike 7 DEC, turning it back to depth.
All right, Shelby, thank you for that. And Jay, K9 CZI.
WB6NPM and Group K9 Charlie Zulu India. Real good, Rick. Yeah, that's an interesting question. I am a big fan of linear supplies. The one I have here to run the station is a linear supply that I built about 35 years ago, something like that. It puts out about 25 amps of linear power. It's a brute force thing, and it's been just chugging along all these years. Just as a matter of course, the other day I was working on the little Lark set, and I powered it up off of my bench supply here, and it just had a tremendous amount of racket on it. So the switchers are not nearly as neat. I really look around trying to find linears when I am doing things of that sort. So anyway, that is the deal on that. Otherwise, had a sunny day yesterday. I had lots of fun. We got to wash the dog. That's always an experience. It takes about 10 or 15 minutes to get her all washed and cleaned up, and then she's wet and just a mess. And it takes about 3 hours to dry her. So I'm working on see if I can find a better way of doing that. Let's see. The other thing is I had a breakthrough on the SX28, which is getting very close now. The alignment is just about where I want it. And what they do is they run into the input on the mixer grid, which hooks onto the variable capacitor. With you inject a 455 kilohertz to align the IF. And I realized once the IF is close, you can go into the antenna input and use that signal and sweep it and align things. So I'm going to try that and see if that works better. So that is my projects for today. Back to you, K9 Charlie Zulu India.
Thanks, Shelby. Good to hear you guys this morning. Ben, KA7PWN, over to you.
Well, thank you, Rick. Good morning to you. Good morning to everybody. Kilo Alpha 10 and Papa Whiskey November here. Well, I don't know what happened. Boy, this dog's switching on me. Rick, I didn't catch your question today, but I kind of take it from what Jay was saying that you talked about an extra amplifier.
I do have an extra amplifier here just in case this one does go gutty sack on me.
Same style as the AL600, but it's sitting on the shelf there, ready to rock and roll if something happens to it. Anyway, not much going on around here. Beautiful day this morning. It says 44 degrees. I took the pup out for a walk, and it was a little frosty out there. I don't know what the deal is. Must be humidity was kind of high. Maybe it dropped lower during the night. But clear skies, beautiful weather. And I did absolutely nothing yesterday except mow the lawn. So turn it back to you, Rick. We'll see how time goes. I may not be here for the 73 round. We'll see what happens here. I'll listen out. So back to you. WB6 MTM, K7 PWN. Take it away, Rick.
Your station power supply. Station power supply for your transceiver. Linear or switcher is the question today. Rodney, K7DLI, over to you.
K7DLI, thanks, Rick. Nice to be able to jump in, join you this morning. I started out with a linear power supply, and it went toes up, but it was under warranty, so I sent it back, and that cost about $50 or $60 for shipping, and then I got it back, and it lasted another couple months. I switched over to switching power supply, and I've got 3 of those now, and they've worked flawlessly, and they're about a quarter the size of the old linear, so I kind of get sold on those. They have done really well for me. Not much else to report here. Just happy to be on the net and wish everyone a great weekend. Stay safe, be careful out there. This will be a one and done for me, but thanks, Rick, for running the net. We appreciate it. K7DLI 73s. Back to net.
All right, Rodney. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to check in with us this morning. And thank you very much for being here. 73, by the way. Have a great day. We'll catch you next time. Al, WW7 Alpha Lima, over to you.
Yeah, good morning to the WW7AL. Yes, I haven't been on this frequency much, but thanks for picking me up. I'm just running a little SPS 1330. I think it's just for the little cheap power supply for my little old 100-watt station. So that's about all I can offer this morning, and I'm just going to listen for a while, and then I've got to get on with my day. So thanks again for picking me up. 73s to everyone on the net, and this will be WW7AL. We'll be clear for now.
All right, Al. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to check in with us. Always appreciate it. I like to see new calls on my list here. Thank you very much. And 73 to you. And thank you for the information on your supply. K7KRT Curtis, over to you.
Okay. Good morning, Rick. Good morning, early birds. Curtis, K7KRT here, running back up to Washington. First, I'll give the weather since I can't answer your question very well. The weather is 36 for the low this morning. We're supposed to get a high of 66 today, and I believe it's, what is it? It's really down like 8% chance of any precipitation. It's going to be mostly sunny day. I'm sorry to say there could be a chance of precipitation. Anyway, to your question, I can't really answer that very well. I just have your, because I haven't what power supply or had to, I put it in like 8, 9 years ago. I can't see it.
It's pretty quiet out there.
I forget what brand it is. I forget. I think it's around 35 amps or so. I just run barefoot. So that's about all I can tell. Like I said, I don't even know the brand of the thing. I mean, that's out of my mind so long. It works that I don't think about it. Sometimes I think it's struggle just to remember what radio I've running. I mean, I know it's a Canada, I think it's TF590G or something like that. Yeah, so I'm not even sure of that. So anyway, I know it sounds pretty stupid, I can't identify them. Diamond antennas, I can't remember what they are, what brand they are and stuff. So anyway, I'll have it back to you. I'll take those things. I ain't going to start my exercises anyway. Whiskey Bravo 6, I'd like to come up Mike with the Kilo 10 Kilo on the Tango back to Mexico.
All right, Curtis, very good. Decent signal into Utah. Appreciate that. And thanks for being here as well. Alpha India 7, Papa Lima. Bill, over to you.
Good morning, Rick and the group. This is Bill Alpha India 7 Papa Lima here in Duval, Washington. 39 degrees this morning, 71% humidity, and barometer's pretty steady, about 29.73. As far as power supplies going, I've been running this Allen Co. DM 330MV, and it's a little switcher, and it runs pretty good. I've had this one going for about 4 or 5 years now, and I just leave it on constantly, never really turn it off, and it's working fine and not really noisy, so I'm kind of happy with it. What else is going on today? Not a whole heck of a lot, but we do have a beautiful blue sky day here in Seattle, so we'll try to be getting outside and enjoying the sunshine a little bit. Anyway, Whiskey Bravo 6 Nance, Papa Mike Alpha 87 Papa Lima. Back net, Rick.
All right, Bill, very good. Well, thank you for that as well. I'm going to break ranks here a little bit. We had a mobile out there. I want to see if I can pick him up before he disappears on us. Roger, W6CVA, go ahead, take it. Yeah, we may have lost him already, doggone it. Thanks, guys, for your patience there. Rich, W7FTT.
Thank you very much there, Rick, for being out there tonight and doing today and doing the net. Not much going on around here. It is a beautiful day. Just got in last night, back from one of my few trips I got to make with a new job. I did go into Denver and do some training, so gone for 2 weeks, and boy, it's always nice to get back to your own bed, I can tell you that. As those power supplies, I have 2 switching power supplies. I use one for this unit, and I use one for my mobile that I have as my UHF, VHF, and DMR base station. So I've been really happy with them. Of course, when I first started, I bought what I could get because it was at that just about time COVID was coming in for the, what am I say, when I got my general license, I could do HF. So I got the switching power supplies. They were inexpensive, but really did have a good, what I want to say, the reviews on Amazon were good on them. So I got those, and I've been happy with those so far. So not much else going around here today. Oh, I am going to try to get the 57 out of the garage and start getting it worked out. Maybe I can get it on the road a little bit and then enjoy it a little bit so we can get time to get it in and get all the body work and everything done, and then all paid up nice. So that's the other project going on this weekend. With that, I'll send it back to you, Rick. I'll be here for the 73 round.
A little bit of trouble
FTC.
get going this
Back to
morning. I had to fix my keyboard while I was trying to get everything
Rich,
else started.
very good. Well, congrats on getting the car out there. Or I can't
Keyboard
remember, the car is a truck.
had a stuck key on it. But, luckily, I have some contact cleaner
with
hand,
the four-door hardtop, not the the no post, not the post four-door, and not the regular two-door hardtop. Makes it much easier to get in and out of the back seat. Hi.
Okay, very good. I have things I could say, but I will not. Thanks, Rich. Very good. Appreciate you here. Howard, W1 Charlie Oscar Lima.
Good morning, Rick, and good morning to the net. Thanks for taking me in. I'm not copying hardly anybody at this point, so hopefully my transmission is getting out. Here in Olympia, Washington, the weather is blue skies and it's cold outside, but I imagine we will end up doing something outside. Today's going to be a light-duty day. Yesterday, both the wife and I had a lot of activity, so we're still tired from yesterday. Yesterday, I helped to move the estate of Whiskey 7 Kilo Yankee. His family very generously donated all of Whiskey 7 Kilo Yankee's ham equipment to our club here in Olympia, which will go to fund some very significant efforts to help our local hens. And we lose probably 500 to 600 pounds worth of equipment. I hope everyone has a great day in your neck of the woods. And appreciate again, Rick, for you checking me in. Hopefully you copied my transmission. This is Whiskey 1 Charlie Oscar Lima, returning it back to net.
All right, Howard. Yeah, good into Utah there. I can copy a bit direct, but very good into Utah. So appreciate you being here. Thank you. Al, W6BWS, over to you.
Hey, good morning, Rick, to you and everybody else on the net this morning. Well, very good. Well, the needles are looking good on the amplifier, so I guess I'm getting out there. So anyway, let's see, we had 34 degrees this morning, nice and warm this morning. Yesterday, I think it was 24, so anyway, not really any frost out there. My asparagus has froze a couple of times this year, but it didn't do it the other day. Well, in fact, it was down to 25 or something like that. But anyway, otherwise, clear blue sky, probably be in the mid-60s today, something like that, and so forth. So anyway, yeah, power supplies. Well, I tell you what, it says right on it, MFJ, switching power supply. Now, my electronics goes back a ways, so I remember the ones where you had a transformer, a bridge diode section, and some capacitors, and that's all I remember about them. Now, maybe you can give me a little lesson there on whether that's a switching or a regular power supply, or a linear power supply. But anyway, I've been happy with this one. No, that was the transceiver. I was going to say I had some problems with the fuse holders, but that was on the transceiver that I got, the Yasu 450D. But once we got that fixed, it was, or got a new one on there, it was just fine. So anyway, and I guess my question would be, is a switching power supply probably a little more noisy than a linear? So with that, give me a lesson there, Rick. WB6 NPM, W6BWS.
All right, Al. Well, yeah, they would be. However, I think they're getting smart. They're putting a bit of filtering in them as well. And your transformer, bridge diode, capacitors, that's what we call a linear. And they are very heavy because those you need a very nice sized transformer to get my Astron here supposedly peak at 35 amps, and it weighs a bit. So when they're talking about shipping them back, yeah, you're going to pay a little bit for shipping on that. So yeah, the switchers have come a long way. I remember back in the 70s, I think it was Power One had a switching power supply, and I had one for a while. And as soon as I put it on the sideband, I cooked it. It wasn't ready. It wasn't ready. So the switchers have definitely come a long way. I think the better brands are the better units, because the other one, I'm not going to say the brand I was looking at, but the reviews were horrible on the thing, on the switcher I was looking at. Stand by. All right, well, this is Whiskey Bravo 6, November Papa Mike for ID here. Me and the Frog hanging out together this morning. Mark, VA7DLC, over to you.
Hey, thank you very much there, Rick. Let's see if I can remember WB6NPM. How are you doing this morning? This is Country Office 7 Delta Lima Charlie up here in beautiful British Columbia, where it is 36 degrees, 61 today. Good have sunshine all day long. Switching power supplies. I got no problem with switching power supplies. I got two of them. One is a backup. They're both identical. I ordered two. I'm a belt and suspenders guy, so about 10 years ago, when I got back into radio and retired, I bought two, and the one has been running just fine. My big question about power supplies are, and mine have mine are built for HF. They do have that little knob, that filter knob on it, so if they are putting up some little squigglies on your signal, you can tune them or move any interference up or down the band, but they've never ever caused me any interference on the band. They run 35, they'll peak at 35 watts and they'll continuous at 30. Now, I never turn, that's my big question, is whoever turns these things off, I leave my low voltage power supplies on all the time, 24/7. Once a year I unplug them, blow all the dust out of them, and then plug them back in again, and away they go. And I had a computer service and support business for 25 years, and had a couple of guys working for me. We had a few workbenches, and I had some low voltage. I needed some low voltage on those benches for test equipment, and those power supplies ran for 25 years, and again, never being turned off. And I gotta be honest with you, sometimes they didn't get the dust cleaned out of them once a year either, and none of them ever failed. And I find that, I don't know, people who turn them on and off every night, I think they get more failures than guys like me who just let them run and run and run and run. So anyway, I've had good luck with switching power supplies. It would be nice to have a linear that's supposed to be cleaner, but I'm telling you, the switching power supplies I have are working just fine. Anyway, great question, Rick. Love this technical stuff. I'll send it back to you, WB6 NPM VA7 DLC. I'll be here for 73 rounds.
All righty, Mark. Well, thank you very much for that. Great info. Thank you, sir. Bob, N3 KLW.
Well, good morning. And I seem to be the first one to drop down, or others dropping down my way on the receive. Anyway, I've got 3 power supplies. The newest one is a Yaesu FP1030A, which is the best out of the 3. I have an old FP707. I just used the speaker in it, and it's a backup if something happened to the newer one. I've only had this newer one about 6 months or so, and it works fine. It does a good job. Then I have a smaller Yaesu power supply that I'd be willing to give away if somebody needed it. Anyway, we go to Florida Monday early in the morning. I'll be at the airport and get on the plane, and 3 hours difference in time to Florida. So that'll be an adjustment. Anyway, I am going to say 73, one and done. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Hopefully catch some guys tomorrow. And Bob number 2 is doing pretty good. He's healing. He's got a long way to go. He might be on the radio in a couple of weeks. It's just up in the air. He is in a wheelchair or bedridden somewhat, but he's in good spirits, sounds good, feels good. So we'll leave it at that. 7-3, everybody. N3KLW back to net.
All right, Bob. Well, 73 to you as well, and have a good day. Thank you for your info on that. I just looked. I've got a small jet stream on the bench over here behind me that I use, just for a bench supply. I have a better bench supply, but that one's so easy to use. And that's a switcher. And I had that hooked up to the large set the other day, and I got no hash out of that. So I guess they are okay. Let's see, where are we? Oh, W0RSR, Mike.
Yeah, WB6MPF, W0RSR, yeah, good copy on U direct. Rick, it's like always, you're always pretty strong here. I can copy Al from up there in Durango a little bit in the radio, not as strong as we usually is, so conditions aren't real great. Signals like Mark is not very good. SDR is not either. Conditions are a little weird this morning. I use both the linear switching supplies. My K3 elephant station I use DCM. It's a 1030A or something like that. It's a linear supply for everything. Big transformer and all that. Boys like it real well. They do have a Winco switcher that I use for some of the other rigs on the other side of the shack. And it's always works real well. I have an Icon, the Icon matching supply for the 7300. I've never had too much trouble with noise with the switchers. A lot of people do have that. I have not noticed that too much with the switchers that I have and the setup that I have, but I know that can be a problem. Anyway, mostly cloudy skies out there. It's going to be about 80 degrees or so today. A little bit cooler the next 2 days. Kind of a lot of clouds out there, but not rain clouds, just some fair weather clouds. So we'll stick around for the 73 round if there is one, and I hope everybody has a great Saturday. WB6NPM, W0RSR.
All right, Mike, well, thank you for that. Yeah, you got a booming signal as well. K86 UMC, Don, over to you.
This is Kilo Delta 6 for my Charlie. I have two switched power supplies. I have one old linear power supply. It's a great big old heavy burning I leave out in the garage. I haven't touched that one. I have one that I use for my radios. Then I have one that I use for my telescopes. It's a good power supply. It puts up about 10 amps. And they run in the radios puts up 35 amps. And then if we have the big earthquake and we lose normal communications with the cell phones, etc., then I'm going to put it out front, says if you want to call your loved ones, I have to have Bob or somebody else lined up to call them on radios. And they're supposed to come on the half hour and the hour to contact that radio. And people will come by. I don't have a generator that works anymore. And so what I'm going to do is have the people come on by with their car parked on the side of the curb there. And then I have a heavy duty 10-gauge extension cord come on. They're 12 volts or 14 volts or the battery out and put it to my shack and run the thing off that. That's my way of trying to keep an antenna up. And we're not supposed to have antennas up here. And so hopefully gathering we'll talk about emergency communications and talk to them about what's back east wherever they're at. So that's pretty much it. JD6 UMC back to net control. Back to frog fight.
Yeah, he's in there. He's trying to get out. Thanks, Don. That comes up with another question for next week. Do you have a backup generator or any kind of generator at home? No need to answer that one today, but maybe we'll use that one next week. I got a couple little Hondas here. Anyway, thank you, Don. Brian, K6 GBW. Good morning, sir. See the gentleman down on 170. Woke up this morning feeling like I'm running at about 20% input power. I think I might be coming down with a cold. To your question, I'm running two. I have two forward power supplies. They're switchers, but they're very small and very, very quiet. I've been running both of these bolted up under the desk here for about 8 years, and they have never, ever caused me a problem at any time. So they're not highly. Of course, then again, I only run 100-watt stations, so it's not like they're big power. One weird thing was they come from the factory set for 220 volts. There's a switch on the back, and if you forget to change it, they'll still work. I didn't realize that when I first bolted it up. So anyway, I will turn it over to you, sir, and I'll be here again for the 73 round. K6 GBW.
Quick comment, KN6SD.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, a friend of mine had the PowerWorks power supply, and it generated, but it was a later model, I think. It generated a whole bunch of RFI above 10 megahertz. He couldn't figure out where he was getting a bunch of noise on 20 and 17 meters. And what do you know? It was his power supply running his station, so he had to get rid of that thing. Anyway, top of the morning to everybody. KN6SD, Sacramento.
All right. KN6SD, is that correct?
Roger, Roger. Sierra Delta.
All righty. Well, thank you for jumping in there. Appreciate it. KE6 Bravo Yankee uniform. Jerry, go ahead. Anybody hear Gary? All right, Joe, N7TSQ.
Well, good morning, Rick, and good morning to the net. This is Joe, N7TSQ. It's out in Sonoma. 52 degrees. We're not expecting any rain, but it's going to be cloudy and chilly today. I have a Jetstream switch power supply, JPP 598 or something like that. And it was given to me by the local ham club. It works great. I have no problems with it. I am space impaired in my apartment, so I don't have a lot of room. So the compact size of this power supply works really well for me. And that's about it from here, Rick. I'll give it back to you, and I'll stand by for the 7-3 round. N7TSQ, back to net.
All right, Joe. Well, thank you very much for that. You know, I think they from what I've been reading on the Jetstream, it's hit or miss which model it is. So they've been around for a while as well. Quite reasonably priced, which is attractive, of course. Greg, N6NYX.
W6NPM of the group, N6NYX here. Well, I've got 3 linear supplies around here. One's a Lambda, about a 5-amp supply that's run the security cameras around here. It's been on continuously for at least 15 years. Never had a problem with it. Laboratory grade stuff. The other 2 are Astrons, RS-20A, and that one's at work powering a TM221 mobile rig. And the RS-35M Astron here is what's powering the Kenwood TS-850 HF amplifiers, a 10-tech Centurion. It's got its own high voltage supply inside of that. So that's what makes up the power supplies around here. I have yet to warm up to switching supply because then I know I don't have a problem chasing down the little birdies that those things can sometimes create. But they sure have come a long way. I agree with that. WB6NPM, back to you. And 6NYX, 7-3.
All right, Greg. Well, thank you for all of that, and 73 to you as well. Catch you next time. Ken, K86HNN.
WB6NPM, K86HNN. A few times around 10 or 11 QRP. Oh, heck, I picked up the inside and went out with it. Heck, it took me up to a legal limit. So I really had a good time there. I got it for $2.39. It was a real good deal. New tubes, and I think it really is working for me. But I'll tell you what, propagation is so good this morning, and it sounds great to hear somebody coming out of my radio. With that, Rick, back over to you. Great question. KD6 and back to Mexico.
All right, Ken, well, thank you for that. You're a little down on power or little S-meter reading this morning, but 100% copy. Probably band conditions. Mark, no, I'm sorry. Belay that. WD9DWD, Don, over to you.
Hey, good morning, Rick. This is WD9DWD. Yeah, signals are changing a little bit. Boy, I had a 5.9 plus 10 on Ken earlier, and right there he was just barely a 2. Hard to copy. So anyway, and Rick, your signal's gone down from when you started the net, but well, yeah, we'll just put up with it and whatever. Switching power supplies here. When I was first licensed 12 years ago. First power supply I bought was a PowerWorks, and then I bought the HF radio, and I kept getting all this noise, and I had a friend, well, he was my Elmer, he come over and listened, and he says, well, first thing you got to do is take that power supply and throw it away and get you a good one. And so he told me to buy the Astron 35, which is also a switching, but absolutely no noise after that. I found out what a dirty power supply can do to your system, or what it makes it sound like. So anyway, I've got the Astron 35, and I've never had a moment's trouble with it. I do have another, and I have used it in my camper. It is a Radio Shack. It does create a little bit of noise, but nothing at all like that first one I had, and almost as good as the Astron, but not quite. But I keep it in the camper for when we're out and about, and plugged into a generator, or if we plugged into somewhere where we've got electric. I do plug that one in to get the DC power for the radio, and it works pretty good. But anyway, Rick, I'm going to be one and done today. I've been enjoying the net, but I got to run now. This is WD9DWD 73, back to net control.
All right, Don, very good. Well, thank you so much for being here as well. And the info you just gave us, 73, and have a great day. Ted, KK7KHK, over to you.
Yeah, good morning, everybody, from Meridian, where it's overcast and chilly. We're still going through chilly. It's 40 degrees. Anyway, when I bought my ICOM 7610, I talked to the guy at DS Engineering, and I took this recommendation. I think it's linear, and it's a stand-up, and I've never had any noise with this. It's worked perfectly. On another note, I'm kind of looking for an amplifier, but I can't believe how expensive they are. Anyway, that's all I've got today. I'll probably be one and done. But enjoy the net, and I'll listen on for a while, and hopefully propagation will be okay for tomorrow, and I'll see you then. KK7KHK, back to you, Rick.
All right, Ted, very good. Well, thank you for that as well. And you have a beautiful signal into Utah. A little bit light here this morning on direct. So 73, you have a great day. Bill, K6 Bravo Alpha Uniform, go ahead. Anybody here, Bill?
No copy.
You want to call him, Jim?
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's still in there. He probably didn't think we heard him. K6 Bravo Alpha Uniform. Bill, if you're in there, take a turn.
Go ahead, Bill. Bravo Alpha Uniform. He's coming back, Rick, and he's right next to me.
He fell asleep.
Could be. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the help there. Let's see here. Rod, WA7KW, over to you.
Okay, Rick, WB6MPM, WA7KW. And, boy, everybody's coming through here in good shape today. Almost everybody's direct. Good copy. We've got a beautiful weather. It's been that way for a couple of weeks, and it's going to be that way for a while longer. It's about 60 degrees going to 81, 82 today. No wind and hardly any clouds in the sky, so we're looking for a nice day. Rick, I'm going to have to head out of here. I've got my daughter and her daughter, 8 months old, 10 months old, and I got to visit with them, and so I'm going to be one and done, but 73s. And Rick, you're coming through here in fine shape. I hope you're copying me all right. WB6MPM, WA7KW, over.
Yeah, okay, Rod. Yeah, a little down this morning, but 100% copy. And 73, you have a good time with the family there for sure. And I'll catch you next time. Warren, W7YJC.
Hey, good morning, everybody, on the Early Bird Net. And interesting, bringing back back some memories. I remember when the switching power supply came out. A long time ago, it seems like now. And I remember thinking we had it on a test bench, and it was pretty noisy and scratchy or whatever we called it. And I thought about it, and I says, there's probably a couple of design engineers sitting at a coffee shop going through a parts catalog saying, hey, look at these parts. Let's design a power supply using these. And they came out. Anyway, I had a couple of switching power supplies and got rid of them, and I've got, 4 linear power supplies, and I've never gone back, and I'm keeping them. Maybe switching power supplies have changed. I haven't tried it, but anyway, that's it. All right, it doesn't look like we'll have a 73 round. You never know. I have to run to the store, and this is a Bloody Mary Saturday and Sunday, and I'm out of a certain mix for Bloody Mary, so I won't be here for the 73 round, if you know what I mean. All right, that's it. Linear is the word. WB6NPM, W7YGC.
All right, Warren, very good. Thank you. I had to put my earmuffs on. Blowing the speakers out this morning. And 73, by the way, if you're not going to be, I think we will have a 73 round, by the way. I worked with a guy that designed switchers before he came to where I worked, and he said they would explode spectacularly if he did something wrong. I keep remembering that story. N6YDP, Rick, over to you.
WB6NPM in the group. N6YDP, great question there, Rick. Good morning, Warren. You always sounded good. Warren, take care of priorities, buddy. Get that Bloody Mary mix for sure. I like it a little spicy myself. Power supplies. I'm kind of lucky around here. You get a lot of estate sales. For the FTD X10 I'm running now, I have a Linko power supply, which I really like. It's a switcher, one of those 32 amps, but I got the little plugs in the front, and I hook my scanner, my 2-meter with the cigarette lighter. It's pretty cool, and this one's a pretty good quality one. I haven't noticed any interference when I turn it on and off, and I did get a beautiful, my other radio that I have right above it on the next level is a radio that I got from Mr. Larry, KF7FA. It's an IC756 Pro 3. Love that old radio. And he sold me the whole matching set. So that's got a linear power supply with the SB23 speaker. And I tell you what, never had a problem with it. And damn, it looks good. WB6NPM, N6YDP.
All right, Rick. Well, thank you very much for that as well. And, I had a 756. I sold it to a buddy of mine, and he just loves it. The old kind of grayish, bluish screen. It's a beautiful radio. Steve, I heard you out there. Are you still here, KE7RTV?
Yep, I am. Rick, thank you. I thought I was going to be gone, but I'm not, obviously. Great net, by the way. I've enjoyed it a lot. I'm using a switching power supply. It's an Alinco, and I was not aware of the noise issues involved with switching power supplies. But I'm almost 20 years now, and no one has ever mentioned that there's a problem on my signal as far as noise goes that could be attributed to the power supply, anyways. So that's what I use. It's an Alinco DM330 Fox X-ray, and I haven't had a lick of problem with it. Back to you, Rick, and thanks. I definitely won't be here for the 7-3 round, but thanks for calling on me. WB6 November Papa Mike, this is Kilo Echo 7, Romeo Tango Victor.
All righty, Steve. Well, I kind of figured you might be working after you jumped in there. 73, by the way, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Steve will be our fearless leader on Sunday.
73.
K9BRD. Dan, over to you.
All right, Rick, good morning. Good morning to the net out there, and hope everybody
linear power supply. Got two big ones here given to me, so they're sitting in a really nice metal cabinet, Motorola cabinet that I rebuilt several years ago, and so I've got power up the yin-yang. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here. I got things waiting for me to get to, so with that, I'm going to say 7-3. Rick, good to hear you this morning, and this K9BRD back to WB6NPM. Go ahead, Rick.
All right, Dan. Well, thanks for sticking around. I appreciate that as well. And 73, by the way. John, KG7GM, over to you.
WB6NPM, Kilo Golf, 7 Golf. Mike, morning, everybody. Okay, we're making it into Utah. Good. Anyway, when I got my first ICOM, the 7100, it needed a power supply, and ICOM was then selling a thing called the PS126, which was, I guess, 26 amps or something. They wanted like around $300 for it, and the only one I can see around still used on eBay, the guy wants $300 for it. I said, I just paid $1,000 for the radio. I'm paying $300 for power supply, and then found what some people call Mississippi's finest junk, MFJ. Actually, they got a bad rep, but it was a good company. They have a switching power supply model 4128, 28 amp, little thing about 8 inches square and 2 inches high. On the front it's got screw-on contacts, the car cigarette lighter style 12-volt accessory plug, and on the back you got the higher power ones you can hook into. I forget what they call them. They're multi-use, and it's worked pretty good. It was only $85, and still running. And like the other fellow said, I just leave it running all the time. I've got three supply cables wired in parallel on the screw-on posts on the front, one for 73, one for the 7100, and one for the Yaesu, so I only run one of those at the time, so it seems to work fine. I also have four Bio-NO 12-volt, 12 amp hour, they're Life Pro, I guess it's an lithium iron phosphate rechargeable batteries, one for each radio, plus, I've also got the other 7100 in the car. I just run that directly off that battery. I don't hook into the car system at all on the mobile. And I also have solar panels to recharge those, and a couple of Grid Doctor 300s I got from that Patriot Supply place, and they could probably run the radios too for a good long time if I just get the right connector cable from the 12-volt outlet on those. So I got plenty of power supplies. They run the radios. None of them will. I thought I was getting an inverter that would run the refrigerator, but the power surge started up the refrigerator, shuts it off. So back to, well, at least I got the radios powered. So that's enough here. My story, and I'm sticking to it. Back to you there, Rick. Kilo Golf 7 Golf Mike.
All right, John. Well, thank you for that as well. And beautiful signaling this morning. Jim, W7CPT.
Good morning, Rick. Again, WB6NPM, W7CPT. Good morning, all. From currently sunny Hamilton, Montana. Snow yesterday and sunshine again this morning, but it was cold this morning. It was down to 25 overnight, and we're supposed to be up to about 49 today, so won't be too bad. Anyway, power supplies. I have two of them. Right now I'm running the switching power supply, the Samlex SEC 123 mic, which has been a good power supply. It's not very noisy. Got a pretty quiet sign coming off of it. Pretty clean and not too bad. And then I have a mighty fine junk one that's what is that, a 42 or 45, 20 something, I can't remember what it is. It's still packed away, in fact, now. But I originally bought that power, one of the mobile amps that I had here in the shack, and then I just hung on to it, and now I kind of split the duties between the switching power supply and that one when I have them both set up for the equipment that's running in the shack. But the same thing, I leave them on 24/7, and they keep things like the auto tuner and things like that locked in, so you don't have to play around with them when you fire them back up in the morning. So it worked flawlessly. This Samlex I bought when I bought the 991, and I did a lot of research before I bought it and chose it, and it's been running since what was that, 2018. So and run it 24/7. The only time it gets shut off is when I clean it, and when I leave for a long weekend or something like that, I shut everything down at that point. So that's my story here, and back to you, Rick. WD6NBN, W7.
Well, thank you very much for that. I just did a quick search on Astron, the 35 amp supplies. Most everybody's out of them. A very popular supply. Thank you, Jim. This is Whiskey Bravo 6, November, Papa Mike. Rick here in a very overcast Escondido this morning. And this is the Early Bird Net. And that concludes our first list. Anybody else like to check in?
Kilo November 6, Delta Alpha Mike.
Whiskey Alpha 3. Whiskey Alpha 3, Juliet Papa Golf on the right antenna.
All right, Hadassah, we got you. And Bill, Delta Alpha Mike, we got you as well. Anybody else?
Whiskey 6, Juliet Alpha Yankee.
All right, Juliet Alpha, yeah, I'm guessing your name is Jay. Over.
Roger. First day with this new vanity call sign. Over.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I recognize your voice. Very good. Let's go pick up this list here. Bill, Delta Alpha Mike, go ahead.
All right, this is Kilo November 6 Delta Alpha Mike, and I use a lithium iron phosphate battery. When I first got my amplifier, I was down in Quartzsite, Arizona at the Quartz Fest, and I tried hooking the amplifier and the radio up to the RV battery, and that was a mistake. Boy, I tell you, the heater relay was chattering, and the LED lights were coming on. So after putting several ferret chokes on different appliances all around the trailer ineffectively, I decided to just separate the radio battery from the main RV battery, and I got a separate lithium iron phosphate battery. I charge it about once a week. I've never gone, well, it's gone flat a couple of times on me, but usually it lasts about a week before it charges. And boy, it's nice and quiet, unlimited current, and a nice rock-solid 13.6 volts. I'd like to see 13.8, but the lithium iron phosphates, they sit around 13.6, so that's worked out well for me. It doesn't matter if the power fails, the utility goes offline or whatever. I've still got my radio power, KN60 AM.
All right, Bill, well, thank you for that as well. Beautiful signal this morning. Hadassah, WA3JPG.
Yeah, good morning. WA3JPG after a long absence. Neurosurgery got in the way of operating for a while, but since it was successful, I can even play my guitar. Not as well as before, but I'm working on it. You know, you hang around long enough in life and things start to slow down. Darn it. Anyway, yeah, I converted to switching power supplies, I don't know, probably 7 or 8 years ago, and never looked back. They're tiny and they work, and I usually have an S2, S3 noise level, so there may be a little noise under there, but I could never tell. I'm running a battery right now. I have a 100 amp hour lithium-ion battery that I run the station from frequently, and I just like to run the battery down a little and charge it up every month or two. Give it a little exercise. Anyway, I won't hold it too long, but I'm doing fine. It's nice to be back and saying hello to everybody. WA3JPG.
All right, Hadassah. Well, we're glad you're back as well. And Jay, did you used to be Juliet Lima Tango? Go ahead.
Roger. And if I thought I was going to have multiple personality disorder, it started this morning. Over. This is the first that I've logged into with the new call sign.
Okay. I keep a list here, and I need to update that. That's why I'm asking. Go ahead. Anything else?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out how to update everything. I got the email from QRC this morning that the call sign has officially been transferred by the FCC. So this is the first net. I'm trying to make sure I keep all my logs and everything. So far, it's working. Over.
All right, Jay. Well, thank you very much for that. I'm going to update my list right now. Appreciate you being here. Again, this is WB6NPM here in overcast Escondido, Rick in Escondido. Let's get rolling on the 73 round. We're going to have to do a lightning round this morning. We're getting close to the end. KM7DEC at Shelby.
Hello there, Rick at WB6NPM. This is KM7DEC. Just reporting on the weather up here in Cresswell. It looks like we're going to have a nice day. Time to work outside. The weeds are growing faster than we can cut them down and kill them. But that's it. On 7.5 acres, guess what? We have 7.5 acres of weeds. That, and there was a darn gopher. It had to be a gopher because, boy, the pile of dirt was at least 12 inches tall. Can't put the lawnmower over that either. So we have lots of things to do outside today. With that, back to you, Rick, at WB6NPM. This is KM7DEC.
All right, Shelby, thank you. Jay, K9CZI.
WB6NPM and Group K9 Charlie Zulu India. Yeah, real good, Rick. Not much else here other than Shelby's comment about the gopher. Last time we had one of those, I could not get it with anything. I tried all kinds of methods, and finally one morning as I came up to the shop, I saw dirt flying out of the hole. So I came up here, got the 22 and a little stool, and went down there and sat and waited for him. And when the next batch of dirt flew out of there, that was the end of the gopher. So anyway, we may have to resort to that. So that's about it from here. Back to you, K9 Charlie Zulu India.
All right, 73J, K87TWN, Ben. K7KRT, Curtis.
Okay, lightning round. I'll just say something to everybody, and thanks Rick for doing it. And I felt pretty dumb. I couldn't answer the question off. Anyway, Whiskey Bob 6 and I just cute. I'm feeling with the
Okay, Curtis 73, Alpha India 7, Papa Lima, Bill.
Oh, thank you there, Rick. Yeah, we get bulls out in the backyard there in the dog area every once in a while. The dogs just go nuts and go digging up the yard, going after those little critters. Every once in a while, they'll pull one, I'll find one in the living room floor after they catch one and come in and show off their prize. Anyway, hope everybody has a good day, and we will talk to you all tomorrow, I guess. Whiskey Bravo 6, Nancy Papa Mike Alpha Indy 7 Papa Lima 73, Rick.
All right, Bill, 73, W7FTC, Rich.
Thank you very much, Rick, for doing the net, and thank you all the other birds being out there. Always great to hear what everyone has going on. With that, everyone, have a great day. Make it the best day that you can, and we'll try to be back here tomorrow. W7 FCC, back to net 73, y'all.
All right, Rich, thank you. W1, Charlie Oscar Lima Howard. W6 BWS now.
Okay, very good. Very good, Rick. Good net this morning. Enjoyed it with that. Yeah, my noise level on the switching power supply, I never get it below a 3, I think it is. No, a 4. A 4 is my noise level, and I don't know if that's because of the power supply or not. But anyway, today they're trapping gophers or shooting gophers. Yeah, I do the same thing here. And I'd also trap them, but my percentage is probably 20%. I usually can't. I'm not very good at setting those traps out there for them, I guess, but try to keep the gopher population down here in Durango. So 73, thanks, Rick, for running the net. Great question. WB6 NPM, W6BWS.
All right, L73 to you as well. Mark, VA7DLC.
Hey, thanks for hosting this morning, Rick. Great net, great question. WB6 NPM, 73 to you, 73 to the net. We'll check in again tomorrow with Steve. Back to you.
All right, Mark, 73 as well. W0RSR, Mike.
Yeah, W0RSR, great signal, Rick. Still 20 over 9. Still holding up real well. 73, I hope everybody has a great Saturday. Great rest of the week, rest of the weekend. WB6 NPM, W0RSR.
All right, Mike, 73 as well. Brian, K6 GBW. I always like the way you say that. The tagline. Thanks, Brian. N7TSU, Joe, over to you.
N7TSU here, not much more to add. My switching power supply seems to work great. I'm really happy with it. 7-3 all, thanks for doing the net. N7TSU, back to net.
All right, Joe, 73 as well. Greg, N6 NYX. Go ahead, Ken, KD6HNN.
Roger, Rick. Yeah, you know, I'm running that sky topper off Amazon 30 amp at T891, and it works pretty good. It's a little noisy, but it works good, and I got to set these motors on top of each other. That's why I wanted in the kitchen, and she only lets me play with about 6 inches, so what's it now? I don't believe I said that. But anyway, Rick, you have a great day. Keep us a great dinner.
Well, I was told that's all you need is 6 inches. No, never mind. Getting off topic here. W7YJC Warren. Oh, that's right. He went for his Bloody Marys. N6YDP, Rich.
Hey, another fun net, Rich. Miss Evie's doing donuts in the garage, so it's time to make sure the perimeter's clear, neighborhood's on lockdown, and she has her ice whistle just in case. Oops, sorry, N6YDP.
I'll be quick. That reminds me of my new boxer rescue. She is absolutely coming out of her shell. She was just crazy yesterday running around. I love to see it. Thanks, Rick. 73. John, AG7GM, over to you.
WB6 NPM, Kilo Golf 7 Golf Bike. What? Stuck up on me there. Yeah, I guess I was right after Rick, wasn't I? Anyway, 7G, everybody. Have a great day. Also have a power supply for the Collins S-Line, and that thing is a boat anchor. The radios themselves are pretty light, but I can barely lift that power supply. Anyway, so it stays where it's put. It ain't going nowhere. Back to you, 7-3, Kilo Golf 7 Golf Mike.
All right, John, 7-3 as well. W7CPT, Jim.
Thanks, Rick, and thanks for doing the net. WB6NPM, W7CPT. Make it a great day, everybody, and take care. Whiskey 7 Charlie Papa Tango 73.
All right, Jim, 73 as well. KN6 Delta Alpha Mike. Back to you, Bill.
All right, 7-3 is everybody, a great net. And I am just enjoying the heck out of my brand new Yaesu FTDX10. I was able to copy everybody clearly, so it's working well. KN60
customizable gaming map.
All right, Bill, thank you for that. 73 WA3 JPG Hadassah.
Plus, and as you can see, it glides that easily. You just need a thumb or let's say even a little finger to do that, so easily you can glide the mouse. It's that small, it's cute, it's lightweight, but made up of complete plastic material here. You'll see a little bit of the piano black finish.
Everything is set up. I retained all my old logs, and the call sign has been changed.
Alright,
on all the right places.
Razor Cobra. Everything point during the video you want to check
out the journey.
Got this exact same product. There's Amazon links below. Looks like some rear RGB there. Overall, pretty classic Razor.
For everyone, we
Opening
are so
it
glad
up.
you are here as well. So, look, the sun's coming out. Holy smoke. Hey, 73, everybody. We're right at the limit here. Oh, we're a minute over. I know the coffee mug guys are okay with that. So, 73, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for being here. And coffee mug starts early check-ins, a half KC low right now. WB6 NPM, I am QS.